Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie Hines. I'm Waco ISD's Community Partnership Specialist. We want to thank you for attending tonight's event where Waco ISD proudly celebrates its single greatest asset, its teachers. It is my distinct honor to help recognize and celebrate the 2020-2021 Waco ISD Outstanding Teachers of the Year. Over the course of the evening, we will be highlighting each outstanding teacher and hearing from their campus principal as to what truly makes them outstanding. A quick note before we begin our recognitions, we of course want to make you have an optimal viewing experience tonight. So we recommend using a reliable wired internet connection and closing any additional web applications or browser windows, which will help your Zoom run smoother. Also, we had hoped to be streaming this live via YouTube. Unfortunately, we had a little technical issue and difficulty with the video playback with it being through Zoom. So we are recording this evening and we'll be sending out the link soon. So those that were not able to join the Zoom live will be able to watch that playback. I would like to recognize two special groups, some of which are in attendance with us this evening. Waco ISD Board of Trustee members and Transformation Waco Board of Trustee members. Of course, in pre-pandemic times, we would have gathered and celebrated in person. However, the ceremony must go on. Tonight, we are excited to bring you our first ever virtual Outstanding Teacher ceremony. So I invite everyone to sit back, relax, and maybe even kick off your shoes because who's really going to know, right? It is now my pleasure to introduce Waco ISD's Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Susan Kincannon.
Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Well, good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome each of you and thank you for joining us to recognize and celebrate 25 outstanding Waco ISD teachers. Our outstanding teachers were chosen for this honor because of their passion for education, the professionalism that they exhibit each day, and the talents and skills that they use to make a difference in the lives of our children. The mission of Waco ISD is to provide an educational foundation that empowers and values all. Each of the teachers we're honoring tonight is a shining example of what it means to meet that mission. They love, teach, and inspire our students in such a way that they grow, creating the opportunity for a great future for all of them. Michelangelo, one of the greatest artists and poet of all times, stated, "Gazing on beautiful things acts on my soul." Teachers, we want you to know that we have the greatest admiration for what you do. Your work is complex and it's beautiful at the same time. We notice it and we value it. Congratulations to each one of you, and we hope you enjoy your special evening. Now, we will watch a short video with some words from our board president, Mrs. Angela Tikel, and that will be followed by the first round of video introductions to recognize our outstanding teachers. Thank you.
Good evening and congratulations to tonight's 25 honorees. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it's my pleasure to share our deep appreciation for you. With many of you having taught for over 20 years, this talented group of educators has more than 280 years of collective classroom experience. Undoubtedly, this school year has been unlike any you've dealt with before. It's a true testament to your tenacity and dedication to the craft to be recognized as outstanding teachers for 2020-2021. If you think back to a time when one of your students had the aha moment, and as outstanding teachers, this has certainly happened many times through your teaching career, those moments are fueled by your determination to empower all and value all of your students and to celebrate their successes in the classroom. Thank you for everything you do to help Waco ISD achieve our educational vision and mission.
The moment you step into Miss Breeding's classroom, you know you are part of her school family. Her ability to teach with warmth and humor make her Alta Vista Elementary's Outstanding Teacher of the Year. When asked why students enjoy being in her classroom, their number one response is, "She makes learning so fun." Parents say that Miss Breeding is easy to communicate with, and they can tell she really cares for her students. In describing Miss Breeding, one of her coworkers said, "She continuously works on improving her skills. She takes feedback so she can make her teaching better, and she demonstrates high expectations for her students." Personally, I appreciate Miss Breeding's honesty, commitment to teaching, and the way she can always make me see the bright side of things. Alta Vista Elementary is pleased to have Miss Breeding represent us as Outstanding Teacher of the Year.
Lindsay Melanson is the Outstanding Teacher of the Year for Bells Hill Elementary. Mrs. Melanson has taught 8 years at Bells Hill. She goes above and beyond to serve her students, their parents, and other staff to create a warm and positive culture. Mrs. Melanson serves on various committees that work towards improving the educational experiences for all stakeholders. She is dedicated advocate for her students' social and emotional and academic needs. Mrs. Melanson is passionate about teaching and builds a strong, positive rapport with her students and their families. She has mentored various Baylor interns and teaching assistants as she has helped to prepare them to be fantastic teachers. Mrs. Melanson continues her great leadership role by assisting new teachers as they come into the education field by being a mentor. We are proud at Bells Hill Elementary to name Mrs. Melanson as our 2021 Outstanding Teacher of the Year.
The top 5 qualities of a great teacher, according to students, are the ability to develop relationships with their students, patient, caring, and kind personality, knowledge of learners, dedication to teaching, and engaging students in learning. In July 2018, I was fortunate to meet Rebecca Ireton at our summer job fair. I was even more blessed that she chose to teach at Brook Avenue. This week, when I asked her students to give me one word to describe their teacher, some of the words they named over and over were patient, kind, caring, makes us learn, teaches us, and is pretty. As her principal, I would add that Miss Ireton has a strong work ethic and dedication to teaching. She shows up, teaches well, learns on her own, and engages students in learning. Job well done, Rebecca Ireton.
It is a privilege to present Cedar Ridge PDS Elementary School's Teacher of the Year, Kathy Cowan. Ms. Cowan is a prime example of an exemplary teacher as she provides high-level instruction to her students, develops long-lasting relationships with their families, and desires to see success for the campus. Ms. Cowan, thank you for your ongoing desire to teach students how to be successful, not for a year, but for a lifetime.
Congratulations, Mr. McMahon. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to the students, staff, and families here at Crestview Elementary. Music is such an important part of our elementary education, and our students enjoy learning and growing from you each and every day. Every year, we look forward to your programs and incorporation of the arts to make us a better campus. You model all of our Cougar values, and we appreciate you being a role model for our students. Again, congratulations. You are so deserving, and we look forward to next year, you continuing to make us better. We are Crestview Strong.
Please feel free to unmute yourselves, turn your cameras on, or use the emoji reactions button at the bottom of your screen to help congratulate the outstanding teachers from Alta Vista, Bells Hill, Brook Avenue, Cedar Ridge, and Crestview. Congratulations to them. Woo-hoo!
Great job, everyone. Great job.
Good job,
Good job, everyone.
That wasn't as good as it should have been, but oh well.
Agreed.
Not as good as you deserve. Thanks for all you do.
Really awesome.
Hi, I'm Mr. C, Jonathan Cambambio, or Mr. C. I had the honor of being named District Teacher of the Year during the short little pandemic mini-semester in March. And it was a big honor. It meant a lot to my family, especially to my grandparents and my parents who sacrificed so much for me. So it was really cool for me, but I think what meant the most to me was seeing their joy and how proud they were, so that just made it even better. And it was great coming back and representing my campus, spotlighting all the great things that are going on here. So that's a big thing too, that I was able to get people to know about Lake Air, because we're a great campus. Everyone here is fantastic. And then my students were super excited as well. And then this year, you guys, my fellow teachers, had the most difficult year in our teaching profession, but we made it through. So if you're getting recognized tonight, it's a big deal, it's a big honor, because you had to teach in person, virtually, learn Seesaw or Canvas, Zoom, technology not working. So you were able to overcome so much that you can literally do anything. So I want to acknowledge everyone here tonight for literally going above and beyond. I know all of us are exhausted. We put in a lot of hours, and we still try to keep our students engaged. That was the most important thing, especially for me in my classroom. I had a couple goals with my fourth graders that I have this year. I told them I want to keep you safe. I want to make sure that you're having fun while you're learning, but making sure that fun is the big part, because I can't imagine being a student during this year and having to learn under these circumstances and not being able to be a kid, you know. So hopefully I've done those things for my students, and I know that you guys have. So looking back at this year, what I learned is making sure that you put yourself first. Always make sure to put your mental health first, and making sure that you take the time to rest. That way you can be your best self in the classroom. I know that's helped me out. I've learned this finally after 8 years of teaching. And then please get plenty of rest during the summer. Come back in the fall ready to teach. Be very mindful that you only have a couple weeks left. So make sure you give your students your best self. And this is a big honor. I am very excited to hopefully get to meet everyone in person one day. But once again, you guys did it. We taught during a pandemic. Oh, it's still going on. And next year is going to be a breeze. And thank you again. And I wish you the best, and hang in there.
Sonia Mills brings positive and contagious energy to our entire campus. She builds strong relationships with her students. She laughs, she jokes, and truly makes learning fun. She takes the initiative to reach out to new teachers with guidance and that good old teacher wisdom. Sonia is most certainly a knowledgeable and thorough math teacher. She skillfully uses formative assessments to track student progress, works with students individually and in small groups, and plans instruction to close student learning gaps. As her principal, I want Ms. Mills to know that what she does truly matters to our campus and that she is one of our cornerstone teacher leaders. The Dean Highland Elementary faculty and staff would like to congratulate her as our amazing 2020-2021 Campus Outstanding Teacher. Thank you, Ms. Sonia Mills.
Students say Mr. Harris is fun. They love it when he puts on his goggles and lab coat to get prepared for their science experiments. Sometimes he acts silly for their stories, but most of all, they say he loves them. His coworkers describe him as all heart, and he builds great relationships immediately with the parents and students, knowing how much a good relationship impacts student success. He is a great collaborator and always willing to help out. Mr. Harris began at Hillcrest PDS as a literacy aide, and it has been amazing to watch him grow into a highly effective teacher. He makes learning fun and engaging. This, along with many other reasons, is why Mr. Harris is Teacher of the Year for Hillcrest PDS.
Ms. Slade Johnson, where can I begin? She's such an awesome teacher and just a great first grade team leader. She's so passionate about her students and just has a great rapport with staff and students. Any day of the week, you can walk into her classroom and you would just see students engaged in learning, working with technology, or possibly even singing. Her current and former parents, They continuously rave about her work ethic and her abilities as a teacher and her overall effect on the students. So those are some of the qualities that definitely make Ms. Slade Johnson worthy of the title Teacher of the Year. And we're just ecstatic about having her at J.H. Hines.
Kendrick Elementary School's outstanding teacher is Christina Munoz. Mrs. Munoz has a big heart for kids and is able to connect with them by building meaningful relationships. She always has a smile on her face and is such a positive person. That, along with her expertise as an educator, have contributed to the remarkable success her students have experienced in her classroom. She is always willing to go above and beyond for her students. Mrs. Munoz loves her students, and her students love her. Her coworker wrote the following: Mrs. Munoz is an outstanding teacher and colleague who is always willing to mentor or help when asked. She is passionate about teaching, and it shows. She is one of the most hard-working and caring educators I have ever met. She works so hard to ensure that her class, team, and campus keeps growing. She is an amazing teammate, person, and friend. I am blessed to say I teach at Kendrick with her. Kendrick Elementary is so proud to have Mrs. Christina Munoz as our Teacher of the Year.
Lake Air Montessori Magnet is proud to introduce Araylee Gonzalez as our Campus Teacher of the Year. Araylee is a proud product of Waco ISD, attending Lake Waco Montessori through the 8th grade in both A.J. Moore Academy and University High School as a 2013 graduate. Araylee is in her 3rd year of teaching, and she has already established herself as one of the top teacher leaders in her grade level with peers. Her students and parents love her. Araylee plays an integral role on Lake Air's campus with parent involvement, being one of the founding members of Familias de Lam, when she and several teachers saw that not all of our families were being reached as effectively as they could be. They help foster an environment where language barriers didn't exist and everyone's voices were heard. We are so proud of all of Araylee's hard work and accomplishments and are honored that she came full circle from a Montessori student to now a Montessori teacher to serve in the Waco community that she loves so much.
Let's now congratulate the outstanding teachers from Dean Highland, Hillcrest PDS, J.H. Hines, Kendrick, and Lake Air Montessori Magnet. Congratulations.
Way to go.
Congrats, Mr. Harris.
Welcome to the Waco ISD Teacher of the Year ceremony. Congratulations, you have made it. You are the best of the best. Please wear your new title with pride, and it is an incredible honor to be selected by your campuses. They chose you to represent them. They chose you because of your qualities that you have to make you such an outstanding teacher. They chose you to be the Teacher of the Year because of your compassion, your vision, and your tenacity. Allow me to go back for a moment in time. Yes, I'm going to go there. That school year of 2019-2020 was the most bizarre year that we have experienced as teachers of Waco ISD. It started normal and then spring break happened. We can look back and reminisce now about all the different one-liners that people like to say about teachers during the spring of 2020. Teachers went on spring break and never went back. And I know right now in your head you're saying not true. Here's another one. It must be nice to be a teacher. The parents are at home doing all the work and the teachers are just sitting at home living their best lives. You can go ahead and insert your eye roll, and again another untruth said about teachers. I brought this time up because it was during this time that you stepped up even more than what you normally have done. The bar was raised to a level of height that as teachers we've never seen, and you found a way to reach that level. You had to make a vision of what remote teaching would look like for your students and their families. Many of you went to students' homes, dropping off school supplies, lessons, food supplies, and information for the families that could help them with community assistance because many of them had lost their jobs. Teachers texted, called, and emailed parents in hoping of making contact to check on not only the student, but to verify that the family dynamic was doing well. Your school hosted student drive-thrus for parents to come through and drop off assignments, collect new assignments, get laptops, and even set up tutoring times for students. You volunteered to work these days because not only did you want to help, but you missed the interaction with your students. What we learned about the COVID pandemic was that it not only gripped the nation, but it was very traumatic for our students here locally. You listened to the fears of the students and the parents. You came up with the visions for lessons specifically designed for each student, and you worked with them and graded what work was received so that students could receive credits. Your compassion as a teacher has showed no limits. You realized that students and some colleagues needed support more than others. You became not only a friend, but a favorite teacher who was very dependable to help others on finding students, creating lesson plans, tutoring students, or just listening to your colleagues. Some teachers we found were not wired like others, and they need to have a normal routine as many students do. Teachers struggled, and you were there to help them pick up the pieces, make a successful plan of action, and model a new routine in a pandemic school year. One of the definitions of tenacity is defined as the quality or fact of being very determined. You are sitting in this audience because of your tenacity to not give up on students. And more importantly, when teaching became really tough, you never gave up on yourself. As teachers, we are thrown a lot of curveballs, and there were days that I felt like we were standing in front of a pitching machine with the off switch broke and those curveballs just kept coming at us. On those days, I kept thinking, what do I do now? It was during this time that I started to realize that I was not taking care of myself. And in order for me to be the best teacher that I needed to be, I needed to do that. I encourage you to make sure you are taking care of yourself, having me time, so that you are able to continue to be a determined game changer in students' lives. Vision, compassion, tenacity is why you are Teacher of the Year. I congratulate you and I challenge you to raise your teaching bar even higher so that the students who come in contact with you, when they leave your classroom with skills of wanting to learn more about how they can improve themselves as a member of the community, be a friend to others, and become an educated lifelong learner of Waco ISD.
Mrs. Coe is an amazing special education teacher. No matter the challenges and adversities that she faces in her own life, she puts that aside at school to focus on her passion, teaching. She is passionate about her craft and every student that she serves. She has a love that runs deep for each and every student and constantly advocates for each of them. Many of her students have specialized needs in order to access the curriculum as successfully as their peers. Ms. Coe spends hours each week adjusting assignments for her inclusion students, preparing lessons and modifying the curriculum for her resource students, and developing and acquiring resources to address their accommodations and social-emotional needs. She is truly a generous and giving person. She spends countless dollars out of her own pocket to provide manipulatives, rewards, and incentives to encourage and inspire her students to stay the course. Not only does she provide for her students, but she is constantly providing little pick-me-ups, instructional materials, and treats for the staff. She is thoughtful and perceptive. She knows just the thing to say to brighten your day, no matter how much she is struggling that day. We love Miss Coe. She is truly worthy of being called an outstanding teacher.
Ms. Mitchell's dedication to her students and Parkdale Elementary is evident in the way she supports her students and colleagues. One of her students, Jace Vasquez, shared, "Ms. Mitchell is the best teacher ever. She won Teacher of the Year, so that has to tell you something. She is nice and funny. She also gives us treats. She helps us a lot so we can understand better. She's really good at math, and she is super supportive." Her colleagues share she's a great asset to the third grade team in Parkdale. She has a special place in her heart for her students, and she works diligently to ensure students feel valued. Her persistency and creativeness help lay the foundation for students and her team. I value Ms. Mitchell's insight and appreciate her willingness to step in and help whenever and wherever needed. She has a servant's heart and puts the needs of her students and families at the forefront. Ms. Rosalind Mitchell is the pride of Parkdale. We are honored for her to represent our campus as Teacher of the Year.
Selena Rivas is the Outstanding Teacher of the Year for Provident Heights Elementary. Ms. Rivas has been with Waco ISD for 8 years. She began her education career as an aide, substitute teacher, and tutor. For the past 6 years, she has taught kindergarten at Provident Heights Elementary. Ms. Rivas is a passionate and dedicated teacher who sets high expectations for each of her students. Her classroom culture provides a nurturing environment where everything experienced is an opportunity for growth. Ms. Rivas helps with many duties around the school. Most notably, her welcoming smile and positive attitude helps greet parents during dismissal. One of her students said, "I love Ms. Rivas. She is the queen of the class." She makes each of her students feel like royalty. We are proud at Provident Heights Elementary to recommend Ms. Rivas as our 2020-2021 Outstanding Teacher of the Year.
South Waco's Outstanding Teacher of the Year is Ms. Rhonda Ostick. She has taught 5th grade reading at South Waco since 2017. Ms. Ostick provides a caring and structured environment where students want to learn and be successful. Ms. Ostick goes above and beyond to build relationships and ensure that her students are successful. Ms. Ostick brings enthusiasm. She embraces challenges and is considered the teacher leader on a campus. She always wants to be number one and will go the extra mile to succeed. Her students say she's fun, strict, and caring, and she expects them to do great things in all that they do. Ms. Ostick is a charm and cares for her students. She shares her talents and love to make the campus more successful. I am proud to introduce Ms. Ostick as the Outstanding Teacher of the Year for South Waco Elementary for the 2021 school year.
Ms. Diaz is the ultimate professional when it comes to teaching. She embodies all of the traits that make up the perfect teacher. She takes the time to build meaningful and lasting relationships with her students and their families. She is the ultimate team player and even takes the time to help develop and mentor new teachers and paraprofessionals. A perfect example of Ms. Diaz's dedication to her students was when her class was out on quarantine and a parent contacted her to complain that their child would not do their work. Ms. Diaz left her house and went to visit the child. She sat down and modeled for the mother how to teach and hold her child accountable for doing the work. Thank you, Ms. Diaz, for your commitment and dedication to the students and staff at West Avenue. You make West Avenue a better place, and we are blessed to have you.
Help me give a big round of applause to the outstanding teachers from Mountain View, Parkdale, Provident Heights, South Waco, and West Avenue. Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Yay!
Way to go.
Great job, folks.
Hi, I'm Araceli Santos, and I'm one of Mr. C's former students, and I'm here to say that I'm very appreciated for Mr. C. He's been there for me through all my tough times. He helped me with all my work ethic. He helped me improve in reading, writing, social studies, everything. And he helped me through my toughest days. He made me smile, he made me laugh, even now. But even though I'm not in his class, every time I see him, he always gets a smile on his face. So his smile makes me smile, and it's just love and everything, caring. But yeah, I just want to really appreciate him because through all this pandemic and COVID-19, I bet it's really rough being a teacher right now with all the days being gone, COVID, kids getting COVID, going home. And yeah, but I really want to appreciate him. He's been there for me.
Once in a while, as educators, we come upon colleagues who are truly outstanding at their work. Melba Dolly Mills is such a person. When this happens, it is a privilege to introduce them to receive awards, such as Outstanding Teacher of the Year. At Wiley, our guidelines for success is ROAR. When you roar, you are responsible, optimistic, attentive, and respectful. Dolly Mills embodies all of these qualities. She is not loud. Her voice is soft-spoken. She is short in stature, but she is big in spirit. She does not say a lot, but when she speaks, it is important. She is respected and loved by her students and co-workers alike. Our 2021 Teacher of the Year at the G.L. Wiley Opportunity Center is Melba Dolly Mills.
I would officially like to thank Ms. Cassandra Hines and recognize her as Cesar Chavez's 2020-2021 Outstanding Teacher of the Year. She is a remarkable person, and at the beginning of this school year, she proved to be even more so a remarkable educator. Even though we had plenty of adversity to face us, like dealing with a pandemic and COVID challenges, she stepped up as an educator that proved that she would go above and beyond to reach the students of Cesar Chavez Middle School. As a math teacher and as a leader, she has made a strong impression on all of her students and all that have come within her range. I also like to commend her on building strong relationships with her students and with her teachers, because she has exemplified what it means to have Chavez pride. So again, I would like to congratulate Mrs. Cassandra Hines for being an outstanding teacher at Cesar Chavez Middle School.
It is my honor to speak on behalf of Paige Stanford, G.W. Carver Outstanding Teacher of the Year. Paige is an English teacher on our campus and a teacher leader on our campus, and we are making great strides towards student success and student achievement because of Paige Stanford. She has the biggest heart that anyone could imagine in a teacher, and I'm certain that if you looked up the term teacher, there would be a picture of Paige Stanford there. She regularly goes and does home visits. She is always available to her students. She encourages her students, and she is a staunch advocate for her students. And so it is for these reasons and so many more that I congratulate Paige Stanford, G.W. Carver, Outstanding Teacher of the Year, and I wish you many more years of great success.
Indian Springs Middle School Outstanding Teacher of the Year is Mr. Joel Davila. Indian Springs Middle School has the honor and privilege to celebrate with Mr. Davila this year. He has went over and beyond the call of duty for his students and also for our staff. He has taught in Waco ISD for 9.5 years. He is our outstanding teacher for a reason. He has excellent pedagogy. He has worked tirelessly with the entire campus on building strong relationships for all students. He truly loves children and is an outstanding teacher for all of us to follow. Thank you, Mr. Davila.
Engaging high numbers of students in a physically active class is challenging enough in a normal year, but in the year of COVID, the task can seem insurmountable. However, Kimberly Tucker did what she always is able to do. She pulled it off. At the beginning of this school year, she was the first to volunteer to be on our Campus Safe Reopening Committee. And her unique perspective and resilient adjustment to every potential roadblock was invaluable to the group's plans. Her commitment to developing a thorough plan for not only the campus, but her unique teaching assignment laid the framework for other fine art teachers in the district to follow. She was committed to viewing this unique circumstance as an opportunity for growth and was able to develop skills that did nearly the impossible, teaching band remotely and effectively. But most importantly, she has been able to preserve the sense of family and community found in the band hall in every other year. She is the first to volunteer for every committee, the first to help out a colleague, and the first to advocate not only for our campus as a whole, but each of her individual students. Sometimes the band can get a little loud, and the sound of students learning to play floods our hallways. But if you stop and listen, there is a noise much louder than her students' instruments. It's what Mrs. Tucker says is her magic ingredient in great teaching: love. When her class is silent and watching her, her love for her students, her campus, and her colleagues is the loudest and most undeniable sound of all. We are blessed to have a teacher of her caliber at Tennyson Middle School and Waco ISD.
Congratulations to the outstanding teachers from G.L. Wiley, Cesar Chavez, G.W. Carver, Indian Spring, and Tennyson. Good job.
Hey!
Good job.
That's awesome.
Hello, I'm Ashanti Smith. I am a current student of Miss Richardson. She's a wonderful teacher. First semester, I was struggling. I was very behind. I was losing credits, and it was looking like I wasn't going to graduate. Second semester is when I met Miss Richardson. She has helped me out so much since second semester has started. I've gained all my credits back. She spends extra time with me when I need it. She's always checking in with me. I'm always checking in with her. She's a really caring teacher. I send most of my friends to her if they need extra help or if they just need help anytime. And I tell them that they get her, that she will get them on the right path and on the right track and where they need to be to graduate. And she's just a great teacher.
I'm so very proud of my teacher of the year, Coach Scott Taylor. he has been truly a blessing to the 18 plus transition program. The relationships that he's built with his staff as well as his students, and then along with the community, has literally been second to none. He is very knowledgeable on how to meet needs in every arena possible. So I am so blessed again to have Coach Scott Taylor represent Brazos High School as the Teacher of the Year. Congratulations again, Coach Taylor.
Lacey Merrifield is University High School's Outstanding Teacher for the 2020-21 school year. Coach Merrifield is an amazing biology teacher that teaches in our science department. Coach Merrifield continues to challenge her students daily and routinely engages the students in rigorous coursework and hands-on projects. She has so much passion and energy, and her students just gravitate to her. Coach Merrifield is a well-known teacher at University High School, and for staff, she is known to be someone you can always go to for help. She always does a tremendous job helping her colleagues and sharing her knowledge and expertise with everyone. A student of hers said, "I am very happy that Coach Merrifield is my teacher because she loves all of her students. She works hard, makes things very interesting, and I have learned a lot in her class this year." Coach Merrifield's dedication to University High School and her students is the reason that she has been chosen as University High School Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Coach Merrifield.
Ms. Keene is the true definition of a selfless teacher. She works tirelessly to ensure her students receive the instruction and the care that they need. She gives of herself regularly and goes above and beyond the call to ensure her students' success. Every student is her own, and she is passionate about teaching and education. This is her calling, not a job.
Mrs. Vetsko is the true definition of a teacher leader. Her love for students and her passion for teaching healthcare is evident by the countless hours she has spent enhancing the learning opportunities for all students at Waco and serving as a mentor to her peers. From writing a pharmacy curriculum that was nationally approved to creating a skills book for CNA students to use, Mrs. Vetsko is always finding a way to help grow and support all programs. Her fellow teachers describe her as a teacher that goes above and beyond for her students, is very involved, very positive, and does a lot to bring the community into the classroom. As the longest-standing staff member at Waco, Mrs. Vetsko has been instrumental in the overall success of the program as she has taught almost every course and certification offered, growing with the program from the beginning. Aside from her work in the classroom, Mrs. Vetsko also serves as the HOSA advisor for the campus, where she has organized dozens of fundraisers and blood drives over the years. The overall support and dedication Mrs. Vetsko has shown the students and staff at Waco these past 6 years is truly admirable. That is why it is an absolute honor to name Angie Vetsko the Waco Outstanding Teacher of the Year.
I want to present Mr. Fabian Lara, Teacher of the Year 2020-21 for the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. Thank you, Mr. Lara, for your dedication to the students and to your teaching staff and to the staff at Guama. Thank you for your work that you have put in to make yourself the teacher that you are today. I appreciate the hard work you've done in Skills USA, also in teaching our students in welding 1, 2, and 3, and the dual credit students that you teach that go on and have the opportunity to continue their education at TSTC. I want to thank you for all the efforts you put into Skills USA, the time, the dedication that it takes for all those tournaments and all that competition. Thanks for leading our kids to state. Thanks again, Mr. Fabian Lara, for working hard both personally and professionally and moving your students into the workforce of USA. Mr. Fabian Lara, Teacher of the Year, Guama.
Help me recognize and congratulate the final group of outstanding teachers from Brazos High, University High, Waco High, Waco, and Guama. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
The Virginia DePuy First Year Teacher of the Year Award, established by Waco ISD 10 years ago, is given to a rising star who is new to the teaching profession. The award is named in honor of Virginia DePuy, both a former teacher and former mayor, and one of Waco's strongest and most well-known education advocates. Waco ISD's 2020-2021 Virginia DePuy First Year Elementary Teacher of the Year is Kelly Mia, a third grade teacher at Hillcrest PDS. Jennifer Lundquist, principal at Hillcrest PDS, said, quote, Mrs. Mia has a passion to motivate students to learn, a drive to give 110% to everything she does, and thirst to learn more. Waco ISD's 2020-2021 Virginia DePuy First Year Secondary Teacher of the Year is David Gerada, the Assistant Band Director at Cesar Chavez Middle School. Alonzo McAdoo, principal at Cesar Chavez, said, quote, Mr. Gerada is an incredible teacher at Cesar Chavez whose actions, level of commitment, and ability to be here consistently for our students encourages us all to be anchored in student success. The Waco ISD Teacher of the Year process began this past December when campuses nominated and selected the teacher that would represent them as their campus's outstanding teacher. This select group was then invited to submit an application to be considered for Waco ISD's district-wide Teacher of the Year. We are pleased to announce Waco ISD's 2020-2021 Elementary Teacher of the Year is Lindsay Melanson, a first grade teacher at Bells Hill Elementary School. Melanson has taught for 8 years, all of which have been at Bells Hill. When asked to share her thoughts on the teaching profession, Melanson explained, quote, a successful teacher has to display a level of enthusiasm and passion for what is being taught. I strongly believe if we can motivate young minds, then we have created lifelong learners. Waco ISD's 2020-2021 Secondary Teacher of the Year is Lacey Merrifield, a 9th grade pre-AP biology teacher and JV softball and freshman volleyball coach at University High School. Merrifield has taught for 13 years and has held her current position for the past 3. When asked about her philosophy of teaching, Merrifield said, quote, I believe in immersive learning that places students in local cultures, landscapes, opportunities, and experiences that can create cross-curricular connections.
Congratulations to these 4 amazing educators. There are many people responsible for tonight's celebration, but I want to take the time to recognize a few of them individually. Child Nutrition Services Sodexo for providing the amazing treat boxes that we hope you have enjoyed as you are watching this evening. Mrs. Virginia DePuy, who will present a $500 award each to the Virginia DePuy First Year Teachers of the Year, Mrs. Mia and Mr. Gerada. Sturdy Steel will present a $1,000 award to the District Elementary Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Melanson. Richard Carr of Richard Carr Motors will present a $1,000 award to the District Secondary Teacher of the Year, Coach Merrifield. This award is given in loving memory of Mr. Gordon Roundtree. And Joe Nesbitt and Bethany Williams of Central National Bank will present a $1,000 award to Waco ISD's Principal of the Year, Mrs. Lozano. And now, as our evening comes to an end, we will hear one final word from Dr. Kincannon.
I just want to say thank you all for the work that you do each and every day for our kids. We love honoring you. I love what you do in the classroom this year. Any year that you're Teacher of the Year is a tremendous honor, but this year is really special. And I've heard of the stories of the work that many of you have done and the reasons that you were selected this year, and with a close connection to just really going above and beyond for our kids during this pandemic. And so I want to say thank you. We want you back, so come back and keep teaching for us and keep shining. We just really appreciate you. Thank you so much for what you do. And I don't know if that's the end, but that's the end for me. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you all.
Yes, ma'am, Dr. Kincannon, that concludes our evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate all of your hard work and final push to end the school year.
How about a nice round of applause with our mute buttons off? How's that?
Absolutely.
A real round of applause. For the year. Nice. All right. Have a good evening, everyone. Get some rest. Thank you.
Night.